Hello, I'm Frances from Homestead, and I'm planting seeds. It is probably a little bit early to get some seeds in the ground, but my plan is to build a hoop house over a couple of my grow boxes for my root vegetables and for my leafy greens, so I can get them started right away. I don't have my greenhouse covered yet, and so I've got the materials to be able to build some hoop houses for my grow boxes. The sun is nice and warm in the middle of the day, so even though it's freezing at night, if I put the hoop houses over, I should be able to protect any seedlings and keep the soil warm enough so that the seeds can germinate. This is the box that I had cilantro and tomatillos growing in last year. I already have some cilantro coming up, so I'm hoping that that's a good sign that the leafy greens and the root vegetables will be able to survive out here. Now, the first thing I want to do is some amendment. This soil is mostly compost that I bought from landscape company in town, and it really didn't have much as far as nutrition in it, I don't think, because the plants didn't do all that great. So I'm going to be amending it with some azomite, which is trace minerals that can help boost the soil, as well as some bone meal and blood meal. The bone meal is for the green and the blood meal is for the roots. So I'm going to mix all that in, and then I'll make some rows and get the seeds planted. I have just a little bit of these cherry bells left from a couple years ago. I'm going to finish those off this year, but I purchased some heirloom French breakfast radish seeds from Burpee this year. I want to give them a try. Now, I didn't have a lot of success with the root vegetables in the terrace garden last year. And so I'm planting all of my vegetables in grow boxes this year. And I'm hoping that I'll have a better harvest. Now, as I said in my seed talk, I have baby carrots and I have some long carrots. So I'm going to do a couple rows of each, and I'm going to finish off the baby carrots seeds this year because I got them a couple years ago. This will be my third season, and so I'm going to finish them off. I also have just a few beets left from a couple years ago. So I'm going to finish them off this season as well. So I'll do a couple rows of the beets, and then I'll just have 3 rows left, and I'll do those in Rutabagas. So I got very few rutabagas last year. As I said, my root vegetables did not do well. But I loved roasting the few that I did get. They were so delicious. So I'm going to do 3 rows in the rutabagas. Okay, now I'm going to give them some water. Now I've heard in a couple other YouTube channels last year and the year before that it helps seeds to germinate, especially the root vegetables, if we put cardboard on top. It helps to hold in the moisture and the warmth. So I'm going to give it a try. But I got to check them every couple days. Otherwise they start sprouting under the cardboard and I don't move the cardboard. They're going to get real leggy and then they're going to die. So I'm going to give it a try and keep an eye on them. I have a couple cilantro that are getting covered, but I'm trying to not cover all of them so I don't lose them all. Okay, so I got the root vegetables planted, watered, and covered. Now I'm going to get started on the leafy green vegetables. But first I'm going to need to mix in the azomite as well as the bone meal and blood meal. Alright, I got all the additives mixed in, and now I'm going to make the rows and put in the seeds. Again, I'm doing the rows about 6 inches apart. I'm going to start with my kale on the other end of the grow box because it gets a little more shade from the water tank. So the kale can handle cooler temperatures than the lettuce. So I'm going to put the kale up next to the water tank. I used up that whole package of kale because I've had that for 3 seasons. This is the 3rd summer I've had that now, so I wanted to finish that off. And I'm going to do the same thing with my lettuces and spinach because I've had them for 3 summers now. The next greens I'm going to do is arugula, and I just pot those. So these are brand new seeds. Now I'm just sprinkling the seeds in for my root vegetables and my leafy greens because I like baby greens for salad. And so I have no problem thinning them out when they're baby greens so I can make some salads. And eventually I'll let some of them grow after I've thinned them out enough, making some baby green salads to let them grow into bigger heads. I'm going to finish off my packet of spinach as well. I'll do 2 rows of them. Nope, I don't have very much spinach, so I'll just do a little bit of them. Now I have some red leaf lettuce. So I finished off my red leaf lettuce because I've had that also for 3 summers now. And so I did 3 rows of it to get it finished off. But again, I'm going to love the baby green. So the last 2 rows will be my green romaine. I just have a little bit left of that. I'm going to finish it off. Now some water. Okay, these 2 grow beds are done. I'm very excited to actually finally be planting again. I have a few things in the grow room, but to plant outside, direct seed, is so much more rewarding. I love being able to plant outside, and I really think that the leafy greens and the root vegetables are going to do fine outside. But I still want to get the hoop house made for these 2 grow beds so that I can cover them at night to protect them from the freezing temperatures at night. But then I'll need to open them during the day because it definitely warms up during the day. But I'm planting again. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please like and subscribe. Until we meet again.